We have more headlines. It's the same hat, but here you can see there's headlines in the hat. Andrew, pick a headline. Let's talk about it. You looked at that one.
I did, and then I can't read it. It's okay. I have the Scout Motors EV.
I saw some posts about people fawning over this thing.
We had a lot of people say, "Why didn't you talk about this last week?"
All right, let me look into it right now in real time.
Yeah, I'll give you the quick breakdown, the early breakdown. So, Scout Motors, which I was not aware of this because I believe it was before any of us were born, was an older legacy car manufacturer. Mm-hmm. They stopped producing it in 1980.
Oh, I can see where this is going.
You were around back then, weren't you?
Get out of here, Adam. Well, they're back now as a new EV startup, but they are under the VW group. So VW owns them.
Okay.
So we have like a little more backing than our regular like Lordstown maybe startup section. But they just announced their new truck, the Terra and the Traveler SUV. Both of these vehicles are sitting on an EV platform that they created that they're not using from VW. They're making their own EV platform, like battery base, just different types on the top. Claims could be starting under $60,000, but it's not going to be produced till 2027. So who on earth knows if that price?
Also, every single time we hear a price from a car manufacturer, it's 30 to 40% higher when it actually
pretty much. Yeah. Even like some of them, like Rivian launched with the high price it said, and then still was like,
no, they jacked it by 30, right?
Yeah, but like they like launched and had all the pre-orders in and like paid for it, and then tried to put it up, and not a great. But SUV and a truck, they are extremely similar to another company owned by VW or partnered with VW now, which is Rivian.
Yeah, they look just like Rivians.
Actually, I believe the Rivian partnership pretty much just went through its first stages of the like $1 billion loan and it's like $5 billion over the next X amount of years. Mm-hmm. And they do say that like part of this could potentially come from that VW is licensing Rivian's zonal hardware design. So we probably are going to see some Rivian similar things in here and probably in the software as well. And they do look, this is an R1S and an R1T pretty much with, instead of circular lights, they're like bar lights.
Slots.
Or like slots, yeah. But yeah, Scout used to be this kind of like utility-ish, off-road, fun, sporty type of like vehicle, and they're focusing a lot on that. One really interesting thing about it is these will have a gas powered battery generator for extra range, where there is a fuel tank, but all it does is run a motor that charges the battery. And I'm assuming this will mostly just be used for if they're talking about off-road that much, like if you're really going off-road, actually off-roading and might need extra range,
or hopefully if you like ran out of range and then you needed to charge the battery to get to the charger,
like if I'm stuck in traffic on the Jersey Turnpike.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I mean, I'm scrolling through this website. This website is extremely elaborate and frankly probably costs as much as the car. This is super.
Well, it costs more than the car because it doesn't exist yet.
This is a crazy elaborate website, so shout out to them for the website. But I'm scrolling through, I'm looking at the pickup truck specs, body on frame. It says pure electric models offer up to 350 miles of range, and then the extended range models offer 500 miles of range or more through the built-in gas-powered generator. So, fun fact, we're testing an EV or a hybrid right now that's doing the exact same thing. It's called the Li Auto L9.
That has a gas generator?
It's the other one, not the Mega.
Oh.
Yeah. So the L9 outside has I think it's like 1,000 kilometers of range when you or like 1,400 kilometers combined, but it's always driving from the electric drivetrain. The battery just either charges up via regen and plugging in, or the gas powered generator. So you're always driving on the instant throttle and the efficiency that comes from the electric drivetrain built in, but with a little bit of peace of mind that if you need to go, you don't have to plug in. You can just fill up with gas, and the generator can get you some more range. I like that idea. It's cool. There are others that do that as well. The other question mark is like, okay, is this company gonna actually figure out how to manufacture these and ship them? Question mark by 2027. We'll see. If they can execute on it like they did on this website, it's going to be an incredible truck.
Yeah, I need to. You are not kidding about this website. It starts with a video, which is like, I'm not always huge into videos, but when you scroll down and the cars drive at you based on your scrolling and then swap into the old Scout, that is
pretty serious
elite
website.
level of whoever is the web designer there. Shout out.
Well,
this is incredible.
We'll know where all the money went when they don't deliver these cars.
This reserve now button down here might be going straight into this internet or the website design.
Really serious
website. My goodness.
So when you go to reserve, you can buy the electric only version up to 350 miles of range, or you can buy the electric and gas version, and it's $100, and it is refundable until your order is confirmed. Options and pricing may change. I think, I see the Rivian comparison for sure. A lot of the colors look like Rivian, a lot of the shapes, a lot of the general vibes of outdoorsiness and adventure look like Rivian, so that's great. People love that.
I mean, this truck looks like a Rivian from the side.
Yeah, from the side, definitely.
Like every shape of every part of it, pretty much.
So yeah, the question is like, do you think this will get there, or do you think Ford will make the Bronco electric first? Like, what's gonna happen first? Who knows? But I like it. It's cool.
I think Ford will announce the electric Bronco before this ships.
And then just who ships first?
Yeah.
Because I remember the Rivian was announced and the Cybertruck, and it was kind of like, which one will come first? The Rivian came out first, and then the Cybertruck came out after, so people were just kind of like trying to pick between them. People, meaning me. So it's curious to see, like, are people going to put money down for the Scout? $100 is kind of nothing, so they can just sort of drum up reservations and attention, and that's great. But then, yeah, what happens between now and when they ship? We shall see.
Do you think Ford's going to do an electric Bronco? I thought
so.
Recently they were like kind of cutting back on some of their EV stuff, and I wonder if the Bronco is going to be. I think they should do a Maverick because that's so well selling.
I think there's a couple things in their lineup that would be awesome as EVs or as hybrids like this. Both of those, I think the Maverick, I think the Bronco, and I think the audience of people who like the Maverick and the Bronco and associate it with the outdoorsiness that the Scout is trying to have, there's like a big overlap there.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Miles the other day. Do you know how the Silverado has and I know this isn't just the new Silverado EV, they did it in the Avalanche, I think, where the like, what do you call it? Where the wall behind the back seat. Yeah,
Midgate.
Midgate Maverick would be awesome because like it's smaller. It's not an absolutely absurd sized truck, but I'm assuming the bed of the truck would be about the size of like a Tacoma.
Not to mention that's some fire alliteration right there.
Midgate Maverick.
That's
kind of sick.
Do you know what the size of the Maverick bed is?
Probably about 4 or 5 feet.
4.5 foot.
But it doesn't matter because everyone who owns a Maverick is not using the bed. No, we know. We have the data. People who own trucks do not do truck stuff. We know for a fact.
For the most part.
Don't lie.
F-150s, by the most part, are family haulers.
Exactly. But, you know what would be even cooler than an electric Maverick?
What?
If we brought back the 90s Ford Ranger and electrified that thing.
Yeah. Wait, if you want to talk about bringing back old things and electrifying them, I got something for you.
Wait, were you here for the F-150, the old F-150 EV?
No.
You
F-100.
I know.
Oh, the F-100. Yeah,
I know. I was so mad I missed that.
The F-100 was incredible.
I'm talking about the Ford Ranger is a pickup truck the size of a thimble. You can fit it in your wallet. It's so small.
Is that a
and
two-row?
This is what we need. Like it only has 2 seats.
Yeah.
There are multiple configurations across the 90s.
Oh.
But this thing is cute and puny.
Is this not that much? What is this size compared to a
Maverick?
Current Maverick?
Let's find out.
America wants big trucks, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like the Maverick.
There's a trend going towards smaller trucks. Still trucks, but smaller
There's
trucks.
There's the Hyundai Santa
Fe. I saw one today.
Santa Fe or Santa Cruz?
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it's Santa Cruz is the truck.
Yeah, I love that.
I saw one today.
It's small.
But is that popular at all?
It's a
It's
foot and
fairly
a half
popular.
shorter.
It exists.
The old Ranger
I
is?
see it
Is that
like once a day at least.
Oh.
Thank you.
Is that like versus the like?
The new Maverick.
Was the old Ranger? Is there a 4-door version?
There is.
Yeah.
It's shorter than the 4-door version by a foot. I would assume it's probably about the same size as the 4-door version.
The 4-door version of the Ranger is still a few inches shorter.
Okay,
than
so
the Maverick.
about the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah, small trucks. I mean, the Rivian's a small truck.
No, it's not.
What are you talking
It's
about?
like a Tacoma.
I promise the Rivian is a small truck.
compared to some other gigantic trucks.
No, yes, like the default truck, the full size truck that when most people see a pickup truck that they get is an F-150. And to us, it's massive because it's massive. That is the normal size truck. There are larger trucks and smaller trucks. The Rivian is definitely smaller, and there are bigger trucks. There are Hummers and Silverados and others. And
the Maverick and Santa Cruz are significantly smaller than the Rivian, though.
What
significantly in bed size or
just
total?
like full size?
I don't know if it's that.
I have a
Car
question
size.
that I think will tickle our brains a little bit.
Yeah.
What is the lightest an object can weigh, and it is still massive?
Massive?
Yeah, like for us to
Like,
describe
by
it as
definition.
massive. Or
Well-
excuse me. Actually, let me. I think I'm actually asking the opposite question that I mean to ask. Like, because you're saying the Rivian is not a massive truck, right?
I'm saying the Rivian
So I'm
is
saying-
a smaller truck.
right. But
Yeah.
how heavy does something have to be before we're like, no,
Heavy?
that's massive? Regardless of size, how heavy does something have to be before we're like, no, that's massive? Even size out of the equation, just weight.
That's hard.
Well,
There's so many categories.
I don't know. Yeah, but just before something, I'm not talking about the definition. I'm just saying
Subjective.
before it feels massive, before our soul goes, that is massive.
Just vehicles?
No, anything.
Anything.
Any object, regardless of size. What is the
there's, like-
weight? What is the weight point where
There's
we're like,
like bumblebees that weigh 1 ounce, and then there's the massive 2-ounce bumblebee. It's just like, look at the size of that thing. It's
no,
huge.
but
relative.
fair enough. But is it a ton?
Well, a ton is
Debating
massive, yeah.
semantics.
Right. It's.
It depends on the object.
I'm looking for our souls here, man. You know what I mean?
It's
Put an F-150 up and tell me.
Well,
it's
yeah,
the same
yeah.
category.
No, I don't disagree.
I only bring this up because the Rivian is 7,100 pounds.
Definitely. All the
That's
electric ones
massive.
are heavier. The Cybertruck is less massive. So how do we feel about that?
The Hummer EV battery is 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, EV battery with weight. is
EVs
tough
just throw
'cause, like,
weight in a total mixer.
Yeah, but
because,
I'm just saying. I think it's fair to call all of these things massive.
the
In my heart.
F-150, the F-150 weighs much less than the Rivian, but no one would say it's less massive. It's way bigger.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
They're not actually talking about weight when they say massive.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm
People
just
are talking about
I'm just trying to open up our brains and our hearts to like maybe it's all massive.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the Scout happens because it looks cool, and it seems to have a nice system. You know, the hybrid thing is cool. I think a lot of people want that, so I hope it happens.
Now you can have an EV with one of those cool gas tank accessories on the back that you never use, but it's not totally
Built in.
pointless. So you can still tell people you go off-roading without telling them you go off-roading.
Sure. Yeah.
Someone
All right,
needs to put
you
a
have to hold
snorkel
this.
on it.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. Fun fact. So what we're going to do, just so you can see what rotoscoping results can look like, I'm going to have Adam rotoscope me out from the background so you can put a giant subscribe button between me and the background. Right, Adam? You can just, so that they can see what cool features we just got with Final Cut. Hopefully it's like one click away, but
I'm not doing it.
okay.
David and I aren't even in the studio right now.
We're in
actually on
Hawaii.
a green screen, and this is rotoscoped. No, that's. We're not here.
We're in Hawaii.